What's up guys, Spencer here. We're back in the garage doing another video for you guys today. This one's more of a tech tip on the neutral range of the ESC side of things. No matter if it's 10 scale related, electric 8 scale, this is going to apply for all of them. This isn't also a Hobbywing indirect only video. This is across all electronics on the market that will help you with your feeling and consistency on track. So before we get started, I want to say how thankful I am of you guys that have been following the page, giving positive feedback when we're at events. It really means a lot when you guys like and subscribe to the video if you haven't already. That way we can continue to put out great content for you guys, and hopefully this helps you on track with having a better experience. So let's get right into it. And I'll show you guys what the neutral range is, why it's important, and how I tune it. Okay, for demonstration reasons, I'm going to show you quickly what is neutral range. I'm going to turn on the vehicle. I'm going to turn on the radio, make sure it's on. All right, so I'm going to flip my remote over and show you that this is the trigger, that's brake, and this is the throttle. As you can see, the tires were just rotating because I did initiate the throttle. So neutral range is the gap that it takes until the actual trigger initiates throttle to the speed control from the transmitter. So this gap that I'm using right here, which is very, very little, is what it's called neutral range. And essentially, the bigger you make the variable on the program box to your speed control, the more you have to actually pull the trigger until throttle is initiated. So I'm going to plug in the program box real quick. As you can see, neutral range is at 6%, which is pretty standard. That's why it has the star here on the right side. I'm going to go to 10, which is the max, to show you guys the difference. I'm going to save this, unplug, turn the car off, turn the car on, and we'll see if we can see a difference. So you see the trigger is actually moving more before any throttle is initiated. That is what the neutral range is actually changing. This neutral range also takes effect on both sides, under braking and acceleration. All right, so now that I demonstrated what is neutral range as far as what it does to the transmitter and how it makes a difference when you go from a smaller range of neutral range or deadband to a much larger window, essentially that is just widening the window and shortening the window of how sensitive an action that you do to your transmitter and how much it affects to the vehicle or the ESC itself. Now that we showed you that, I'm going to move on to how do you tune it, why do you tune it, and kind of the results from that. So essentially, when it comes to tuning your neutral range, typically all speed control have a base setting that is suggested by the manufacturer. Hobbywings is typically 6%, and it does, for those who are still watching this, it does make a huge difference on which radio you're using. I use the Futaba radios. Many people also use the Samwas, and as of recently, I've seen some more people use the Fly Skies. each radio has its own throttle pod and brake pods into their system, and how they determine their own software is really up to them. Now, what that means is maybe that the standard 6% from the manufacturer, at least from Hobbywing, may be technically a shorter window on a different brand radio. I like using 6 neutral range on my dirt cars, and then for carpet cars like this one, I had this one preset at 6, but I typically run 8% throttle deadband or deadband neutral range for that matter for the throttle. And how I personally tune that is when I'm running on a track that typically has a lot of traction and there's a lot of quick force feedback to the vehicle, and especially when if you're on a smaller tight track, what I've noticed with running 6% deadband or a smaller window is the car's too jolty. It reacts too fast to my inputs that I'm giving to the radio. And I kind of want the idea of having more breathing room. So if I'm a little off on my inputs, it doesn't make a big factor on the track. And that's essentially what neutral range is. And this rule applies to, like I said, 10 scale dirt, 10 scale carpet, and electric 8 scale. Now, some of you that I just mentioned may be asking, how do I know what is right for my radio? And the biggest thing that I can say is start off with the manufacturer's preset and then switch to a larger decimal. So from 6 to 10 or whatever it may be. So that way you can see what is actually going on. Now, the opposite effect of that is sometimes if you make the neutral range so tight of a window, the speed control can sometimes sense, depending on which radio you run, that the endpoints are actually being utilized with it technically being in the neutral range. So just because you're not giving any throttle, if the window is too tight, the speed control can have a malfunction, especially under calibration. And as I always recommend people that are watching when they're tuning with stuff like this, make sure your speed control is properly calibrated. Make sure that your endpoints, throttle trim, brake EPA, throttle EPA are all at 100% or in the middle on the trim. So when you do the calibration, everything is set properly, and then you can tune the neutral range. So other than that, I hope this video shows and explains what is neutral range, how I use it, and hopefully this helps on track. Once again, guys, my name is Spencer Rivkin. If you do like these videos, please give them a thumbs up. Comment below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you guys on the next one.